On January 25th, 2023, the K-pop group MAVE debuted with the song Pandora. Everything about the group is very normal and average. They're a 4-member group with a girl crush concept, a futuristic-looking music video. Everything seems fine, right? Except none of the members are real. As K-pop and technology continue to develop and merge, more and more people are wondering if virtual K-pop groups like MAVE are going to be the future of the industry and what that would mean for real-life idols and the entertainment industry as a whole. MAVE is in no way, shape, or form an original concept. Virtual entertainers, whether it be singers or influencers, have existed for the last 20 years. The first ever virtual performer was the Japanese idol Kyoko Date, who made her debut in 1996. Originally, there was a lot of hype about her, but after her debut was pushed back due to delays, the hype died down and she was never able to achieve a lot of popularity. Despite this, her existence inspired the Korean company Atomsoft to debut their first Korean virtual idol, Atom. Unlike his predecessor, Atom was very successful, even though his career wasn't as long. His first album sold over 200,000 copies, and his debut song became a karaoke favorite. He was also featured in ads for soda brands and had an exclusive deal with a Japanese clothing line. However, his future releases struggled to make a profit. Following this, softwares like Vocaloid, Utau, and SynthV, which are voice synthesizers that people can use to make songs, have given 2D characters a chance to shine, as these softwares contain avatars like Hatsune Miku, who people have become attached to and who are able to host concerts and fan meetings. In recent times, K-pop have debuted fully animated groups like Eternity, an 11-member group who debuted under Pulse 9 on March 21st, 2021, and the male idol Sejin, who is a member of the 5-member group Superkind, neither of which have been able to achieve much success outside of a mild curiosity from the K-pop community that quickly faded. The most popular virtual idols are without a doubt the ones created by SM Entertainment through Aespa and the ones created by Riot Games through their game League of Legends. These groups, unlike the previously mentioned, have real human artists behind them. In the case of Aespa, the virtual members are simply avatars who exist primarily in the fictional world of Kwanya. The whole lore behind the group is a bit long and complicated, so I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, these members are virtual versions of the real life members. And in the case of Riot Games, groups like KDA and True Damage use popular singers as the real life counterparts to their game characters, with KDA being the only one considered a K-pop group, since 2 of the members have Sujin and Mijin of G-Idol as their real life counterparts. MAVE is the latest virtual K-pop group to debut. The group was created by Metaverse Entertainment, which is a subsidiary of the game developing company Netmarble Corporation, in a collaboration with Kakao Entertainment. The lore behind the group is that they are children of nature who live in the future and have crash-landed into modern-day Earth in search of freedom of emotions. The 4 members are Siu, Senna, Tyra, and Marty. These 4 virtual girls have all of the makings of a regular group. They can sing, dance, rap, they have great visuals, they have personality types, favorite foods, favorite music, hobbies, life goals, representative colors, symbols, and are even multilingual. The group also has the common promotional presence of any group with social media accounts, interviews, music show performances, dance challenges, and I'm sure that in the future they will be hosting meet and greets, doing live shows, having concerts, etc. Basically, the group functions like any other group in K-pop, and that is the exact reason why I think that they and others like them will not find real success. Before we actually get into why I think that they won't work, I want to quickly talk about the 2 groups that did work, and those are Aespa and KDA. In the case of KDA, as I explained earlier, the most important part of the operation is that the group is tied to a game that has existed and been successful for the last decade. The characters already have their own dedicated fans that were willing to listen to them, and this, tied with the celebrities that become their real-life counterparts, makes the perfect recipe for success. The animated characters do not behave like humans. They are supernatural in every way, from their design to the type of being that they are and to their behavior. They're not trying to emulate real-life performers in any way to perform, since they have real-life counterparts, and the lore of the characters is directly tied to the world in which they exist in the game. In the case of Aespa, their virtual members have nothing to do with their success. They are barely used, and most fans don't even like them. Their designs are not great, and for the most part people just make fun of them. Aespa's success would not decrease if they didn't exist, and as a matter of fact, I could even argue that they would be even more popular, at least in the West, if they didn't have the complicated lore that comes with having virtual members. The success of Aespa is solely due to the real-life members, who are the ones actually singing, performing, having concerts, doing meet and greets, having advertisements with brands, etc. They are the ones that are promoted as your average group would, and their virtual members feel like an afterthought that were only created so that the group group could have something unique, but it's not something that actually adds a lot to the group. If you paid attention, you will notice that for the two virtual groups that have been able to find success, their strengths are A, being tied to a pre-existing piece of media and or a company that is beloved and catering to its audience, and B, have real members that are the ones actually doing the heavy lifting, because the virtual members are kind of a gimmick. Two things that MAVE and other virtual groups don't have. In my opinion, there is not a market for a virtual group that does the exact same thing as a real group, but worse in every way. Why listen to and support MAVE when you could have a much better experience with any other group? This is especially true when you have in mind the fact that one really big part of K-pop is the fan-idol interaction, as well as the interactions between idols, whether it be of the same or different groups. Parasocial relationships keep the industry going. The company behind them would have to really invest a lot of money into making them sound like humans, move like humans, interact with fans as humans, create blogs, reality shows, variety shows, interviews, dance rehearsals, behind the scenes, and all of the content that are in many cases what actually keeps fans invested and entertained when groups are done promoting a new comeback. And the reason why May would have to do these things is because their company, despite their concept, is treating them and promoting them in the same way a real idol would. I think the only way to make this concept work, at least right now, is to fully explore all of the possibilities that come with the fact that this group is not made out of real people. The opportunities are endless. They can have any hairstyle, texture, color, body shape. They can have wings, tails, fly, live underwater, have their own language, have their own culture, be out of Earth, be in their own universe with different common rules as us. There are so many cool and extraordinary things that you can't do with real people that could be done with MAVE, but instead their company wants to make them Aespa 2.0. The only way I believe that a virtual group like MAVE can succeed right now is if we suddenly had a shortage of real life people who wanted to become idols, and that is not the reality that we have. More groups are debuting every year, more companies are being funded every year. Outside of Korea, we have record labels investing into creating their own K-pop groups. So we're not, and will probably not be in a position anytime soon. And so these types of groups will have people's attention for a few weeks, but people will get over it quickly. Especially as more virtual groups who are trying to look human continues to debut, people would just get used to it, and they won't even be able to rely on the curiosity of it all, because it will be something that we have seen a million times. And unlike with the real idols, again, there isn't going to be the personality aspect to fall back on, at least not for now. I'm personally not a fan or a hater of virtual groups. I'm not praying or their downfall or anything. I understand the pros and the cons, and I think that as the technology develops, this problem of people being unable to connect to them emotionally is going to change, because companies will be able to make them look more human and develop their personalities further. But I also think that as virtual people become more and more common, we are going to reject it even more and crave real people even more. The need of authenticity and relatability in our media, in our entertainment, and in our environment is going to continue to increase. I don't think that as they exist right now that they will find real success. The average K-pop listener is not going to gravitate towards them. I'm sure that there is some type of audience, because otherwise they wouldn't exist. People wouldn't be pouring money into this type of projects. But I don't think that the audience is big now, and I don't think that it will become much larger in the future. Outside of like, oh, this technology, it looks pretty cool, I don't think people are going to stop listening to or supporting or gravitating towards human real life idols and just be like super die-hard fans of virtual idols. This type of groups, this type of virtual idols as they exist right now, I don't think we'll be able to find real, sustainable, mainstream success, at least not for now, and honestly, I don't think they will be able to do it, even in the future. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!